afternoon, folks. Big Bo with RVs with Big Bo at Parkway RV Center. And guys, I've got an excellent value right now in a used Class C motorhome, and it's a brand that's just incredible build quality. It's an incredible value as far as book value and what other ones are bringing online. And this is a 2012 Jayco Greyhawk. Model is a 31DS, and this is a 32-foot, 3-inch long total length motorhome, 26,000 miles, 2 slides. They just don't come any nicer than this in a 10-year-old motorhome, guys. And it's 10 years old. It's not perfect. Got a couple little spots in it I'll show you in the video, but wow. I was able to just negotiate a great buy on this one when I bought it, because it had the flaking furniture problem that Jayco and several other brands had such a problem with the leather they use, or the pleather. So I had all the upholstery redone, $2,500 worth of upholstery work I just had redone. But I used that as a way to be able to negotiate a much lower price when I bought it. Spent $2,500, which I got way more than that knocked off the price, so I'm passing that savings along to you. That's one of the many secrets that I do to sell you a motorhome for way less than it's worth, guys. The other dealers won't do that because they don't have the resources to have upholstery work done, or they don't want to go through the time and trouble. In fact, when I went on RV Trader to look at other Greyhawks to see what they're bringing, they were $10,000, $15,000 more, and most of them had slip covers on them, seat covers, or they just showed the flaking furniture and selling it just like with the bad upholstery work. I already had that fixed, guys. So not only is mine the lowest priced 31DS Greyhawk online, but it's also the lowest mileage one, and the only one I could find that didn't need upholstery work. So bonus, guys. And I had everything redone, factory colors too. Now I'm gonna go around, got one little spot right here on the corner of the cab over that was patched. Probably wasn't the best job in the world, but hey, it's there. But other than that, it's got a little spot on the back I'll show you. Very nice, guys. 26,000 miles, got good tires on it. We drove it several hundred miles back. I got a $49,900 price on it, which, considering the book value on this thing is over $63,000 with no added options, is an incredible deal. Let me flash that NADA up real quick. And you can see, guys, I'm not playing around on the price. How often can you buy a 26,000 mile double slide Jayco C-Class in the current market for thousands under NADA low retail? Only here at Parkway RV, guys. Honestly, I could send this thing. I was doing an online auction this morning, and I would have no problem. This thing would bring 55 grand at a dealer auction right now based on what I saw this morning. But time I get it down there, pay buy or seller fees and all that, I just as soon sell it to y'all. Does have one bent bumper right here. Now you can bend that back if you want to, or just keep it like it is, but I'm just showing you the good and the bad, because it is a 10-year-old motorhome, and no matter how far under book or how nice it is, there's always going to be little imperfections. That's why they call them used motorhomes. Does have a backup camera that works great. You've got slide toppers on both your slide outs on this side. 4 kW Onan generator running right now, powering everything inside. Air conditioner's ice cold, got a 15,000 BTU ducted roof air. Dash air's ice cold. Tires look great, ride great. No check engine lights, no warning lights. You can see how the cab over is built. Of course, you know, Jayco in this era was probably the best built Class C you can buy. Notice how the cab over goes around the edges instead of having straight edges right here. That's where most leak problems occur, and they have no front window. Another weak spot for a Class C is a front window for leaks. So, I mean, there's no such thing as a total leak-proof motorhome, but you know, Jayco is probably, this is probably as close as you can get in a Class C. Good looking forward front end, of course, got the 305 horsepower 6.8 Triton V10, 26,000 miles and change on it. Runs great, 420 pound-feet of torque. It does have the extended frame with the more ride suspension, and it has the Hellwig helper springs. This is a couple of years before the J-Ride came out, but still got a lot of the same components. 6-gallon DSI gas electric water heater. You do have a power patio awning. Guys, it is 90+ degrees. Let's go inside and cool off. Power steps work great. And this is going to feel so good coming in here. Whew. Jaycos are very well insulated too. And you can see, guys, I had all this upholstery work done. Front seats, couch, cushions in the dinette, even the trim pieces were starting to flake. Had all that redone. Cost me about $2,500, probably cost y'all about $4,000 if you had it done. 26,359 miles and change, 0.6 miles to be exact. No check engine lights. Dash air feels great. Carpet's original, looks great. Wood grain kit. Got the navigation, the backup camera, heated power mirrors, power windows, power locks. Man, no smoke or pet odors. Got a full-size bed, full to queen-size bed in the cab over with the ladder. You've got television with the power, with that, which I can probably, original owner probably cost them about $1,000 extra for that, but you don't have to pay for it. It's got the power swivel. And the only thing that's original, of course, is these cloth bottoms, because they obviously were a different material, so they didn't flake. Had all this professionally done. That's something nobody else will do, guys. And all original factory color too. So, you know, this is perfect, guys. It's just, wow. And guys, I know it sucks for us because, it, you know, when I buy these things with the flaking furniture, it has to sit for about 4 weeks before I get this stuff back. But you can't argue with the end results, because this is brand new upholstery. No worries, no issue. There's your books and manuals, remote controls for everything. And I can do that compared to most dealers because I pay cash for these things. Most dealers do floor plans or finance them. So if they let something sit for 4 weeks, it's going to cost them $2,000 or more in interest on their floor plan for them to let it sit without selling it. But because I pay cash for it, it doesn't cost me anything at all to let them sit. I just have to wait a little bit longer for return on my cash investment. But that's another benefit of buying from us, guys. You know, if a dealer floor plans a unit, they usually spend $1,500, $2,000 every 30 days in interest charge on every unit out there. That's $1,500, $2,000 every 30 days they have to add to the price to the customer to cover their interest charge on the floor plan. We own everything we sell. You know, we own titles in the office to every RV on our lot. We got over 100 used RVs. We floor plan nothing. We have no mortgages. That's why we're able to sell these units for under 50 grand that other dealers are asking $65,000 and $70,000 for, because we don't have their overhead. And not only do we save you thousands and sometimes tens of thousands of dollars on the price, we save you thousands on financing, and we have no upsells that saves you additional thousands of dollars. We make no profit on financing. We don't mark interest rates up. We don't have to, guys. You know, we don't have to get rich on everybody that buys an RV from us. We sell 500 to 600 used RVs a year. We're a high volume dealer, so we can get away with a low markup because we sell more RVs than your average dealer our size does. Like my grandpa used to say, you make your dollar with 10 dimes instead of 4 quarters. And people travel all over the U.S. for deals just like this. Y'all saw the NADA, and I'm not padding it with a bunch of options. You always just go by NADA base retail and adjust for mileage. That's it. You don't add for anything else. It's all standard equipment. So you don't have to. You know, if you're buying it right, you don't have to add for any optional equipment. If you have to add for optional equipment, you're paying too much for it. But It's a nice unit, guys. Got, of course, you know, 80% of Jayco's workforce back in 2012 were either Amish or Mennonite. So you got Amish hand-built cabinets. These are built in-house. Jayco's cabinet department, or Amish or Mennonite. I mean, just the great quality craftsmanship that can't be beat. You do have a, this thing can sleep up to 8 people. You do have a 3-burner stovetop and oven. It actually has a decent sized kitchen for a Class C. Of course, I got the AC cranking. It's got a microwave. Three-burner stovetop. Has an oven. You've got, now the only thing weird about it, guys, is I don't know if somebody let this thing ice up and they used an ice pick to get the ice out instead of letting it melt. But that's what it looks like they did. I mean, it's getting cold, it works. But somebody, it looks like somebody just took an ice pick and got the ice out instead of just letting it melt naturally. So, you know, I mean, I can't do nothing about that, but it works. That's the main thing, and the fridge looks great. So, you do have a side hallway floor plan, which I really like because it gives you these nice windows, and it gives you a bigger bathroom and a bigger bedroom. Instead of having a split bath like traditional Class C's have, you've got probably about as big a bath as you can get in a Class C, with a corner shower with a glassed-in door, and then you have an RV toilet, which surprised me. It's not a porcelain toilet. You do have the heated holding tanks. Skylight that looks great. A little bit of storage here and there. I mean, it's actually got a decent amount of storage for a Class C. Of course, you know, 32.5 foot's a good size Class C. Tank heaters for extended season use, and you do have a doorway to get from your bedroom to your bathroom, as well as one from the hallway. The second slide out's got a big closet. Excuse the big ugly guy in the mirror. Queen Island bed. You do have a multiple fantastic vent fans, so if you do boondock, that's a lifesaver. If you boondock a lot and you don't want to run your generator. You got closets here, television up in the corner, remote control, storage underneath your bed. A lot of storage in this one, guys, and it's got pretty much everything going for it. I mean, it's just got a lot. And this is an incredible price. I don't think this thing will be here by this weekend, if not sooner. So if you see this video and it doesn't say sold or deal pending in the video, go to our website, parkwayRVcenter.com. Make sure it doesn't say deal pending there. You need to call ahead, leave a deposit on it. The value's there. The mileage, great. 26,000 miles. The build quality is incredible. If you're looking for a 2012 Jayco Greyhawk 31DS, there are none cheaper than this. And especially with 26,000 miles in great shape, we do guarantee, even though this is an incredible low price, I'm selling this thing about $10,000 to $12,000 cheaper than I should be selling it for. I still guarantee the slide outs to work, the refrigerator freezer to work. I guarantee the roof air conditioner to work, the steps to work, for it to run and drive like it's supposed to. And I guarantee the water system not to have any leaks. And we check the water heater and the water pump as well, make sure those work. Now guys, anything else, of course, is up to you to fix or not fix. That's why I showed you that bent bumper. It's going to be sold with that. That's why I showed you that little corner spot on the outside, which there's no damage on the inside. It's just somebody just got a little close to something, which got, 10 years, accidents happen. That's why they call them accidents. Nobody intentionally takes an RV or a car or anything else and hits something with it. It just happens sometimes. It's just a very Mickey Mouse thing, and they patched it up. The only other thing I see inside, you've got a couple of bulbs, these little circle lights that you'll have to change out eventually, but those are 15, 20 bucks on Amazon. They're no big deal. They take 5 minutes to change. You know, I make sure that even though because I'm selling these things so cheap to keep my overhead and prices down, which is savings that I pass along to you in the form of this incredible low price, you know, we leave the Mickey Mouse stuff like that to you. We just take care of the major stuff. Like if the generator doesn't work, we fix it. If the refrigerator doesn't work, we fix it. Air conditioner doesn't work, we fix it. Steps, slide outs, plumbing system, stuff that can ruin your RV trip. A couple of lights not working is not going to ruin your RV trip. A little bend in your bumper is not going to ruin your RV trip, or a little spot on the cab over is not going to ruin your RV trip. That stuff you can fix on your own. Now, if you want to pay me full retail book for this thing, I will get that stuff fixed. If you want to pay me $62,000 and change, I will be glad to get that stuff fixed. I will be ecstatic to get that stuff fixed if you want to pay full retail book. But you're not going to get a full retail inspection without paying a full retail price, average retail price. And I'm selling this thing for thousands under low retail, so you get what you paid for like anything else in life. This is the bargain. This is something that, guys, like I said, you could literally probably turn around and resell and make money on it if you wanted to. Class C's right now are bringing stupid money at auction, dealer auctions. And that means they're going to be bringing stupid money at dealer lots, because they have to turn around, pay the auctions, the buyer's fees, pay the transport cost, the reconditioning cost, and then have an overhead, then have a markup to cover their overhead and profit and resell them for a profit. So guys, this same unit at another dealer, that's why they, you know, are probably going to be $69.9. But this is a chance to buy one for what a dealer would pay for one, or probably less than what a dealer would pay for one. This is it, guys. Of course, I got title in house, spotless title, all that good stuff. This is just what I do, guys. This is what Parkway RV Center does. We don't want these things to set. We want them to sell as fast as we post them online. We price them to sell, not sit around. Yeah, we don't make a ton of money on these things per unit, but we sell. When you sell 2, 3, 4 a day like we do in some cases, it works out. It's like I was saying earlier, you make your dollar with 10 dimes instead of 4 quarters. You know, here's the thing. We learned a long time ago, keep your profit margin small, keep your overhead as low as possible, and keep your prices lowest in the country. People will travel for deals. Now, if I had the same price like everybody else's, why would somebody travel halfway across country to buy it from us when they could probably find one closer to their home for the same price? Why come here to Ringgold, Georgia to buy? But when you can buy the one you want for $10,000 less or $15,000 less, for that kind of money, you're going to travel to Ringgold, Georgia, even if it's 2,000 or 3,000 miles away, to save that kind of money. And I don't blame you. I would too. That common sense approach to business has completely escaped other dealers out there. Everybody is so greedy. They want to maximize profit on every deal. That's not how you run a successful RV dealership, guys. That's not how you do it. And I know I'm not the biggest. I don't have multiple locations. I'm not a franchise dealer. We're a mom and pop independent store. We're a dying breed, guys, and that's just, I guess, our common sense way of doing business. Makes you successful, but doesn't make you huge. Or, you know, we don't have 300 plus locations. We don't sponsor college football bowls and NASCAR races and all this good, and TV commercials and all this stuff, because that stuff costs millions of dollars, and that's millions of dollars that's passed along to the consumer that buys RVs from those dealerships in the form of higher prices. We have no fees. It's $49.9 haggle-free firm plus applicable sales tax. That's it. No dock fees, no prep fees, no processing fees, freight fees, happy camper fees, franchise fees, whatever kind of fees they come up with are all rip-off fees. 100% dealer profit. The only thing we have to charge you is applicable sales tax, and sometimes it depends on how you pay for it, what state you live in. Sometimes you'll pay your state sales tax. You never pay sales tax twice. Let me go ahead and clear that up. I don't care how you pay for it, what state you live in. You never pay sales tax twice. under any circumstances. You only pay it one time. And it depends on what state you live in, how you pay for it, whether you pay us sales tax or you pay it when you tag and title it in your home state. It just depends on several circumstances, and it's best to call one of my salespeople and tell them where you live, how you're paying for it, and they'll give you that information, because it varies from state to state and how you do the deal. So that's it. Sales tax, that's it. Now, if you are a Georgia resident, the state of Georgia does, and this is Georgia residents only, since I'm the oldest licensed, bonded, insured RV dealer in the entire state of Georgia, been in business since 1968. We do have to collect a $100 highway impact fee and a $40 to $50 tag and title fee. That goes right to the state. We make no profit on that. We don't even charge you for the drive-out tag. And, you know, that costs us like, heck, I don't know, 20, 30 bucks a tag. We don't even charge you for that. We keep things easy, simple, and done. Haggle-free, firm prices with no surprises. If you want to go through our finance department, we have some great long-term RV financing with no dealer interest rate markup. A lot of people don't know this. A dealer, especially the big dealers, corporate dealers, stuff like that, do nothing without a huge amount of profit involved. If you buy an RV and you go through their finance department, they're not doing it just for the profit on the RV. They're doing it because they make additional profit on the financing. They've got deals worked out with their lenders where their lenders allow the dealer to mark the interest rate up over what the bank approves the customer for, and the dealer keeps about 3/4, 80% of that as profit. So in other words, they might get you approved at say 6%, and they contract you at 7 or 7.5. They get to keep most of that money as profit. The bank keeps a little bit of it, so it makes them happy. You get the shaft because you're overpaying by potentially thousands of dollars in higher RV payments over the life of an RV loan. It may only be 20, 30 bucks a month you're overpaying on financing, but you times that 120, 144 months, that's a huge chunk of change. Plus, here comes the upsells. Guys, let me tell you something. Dealers have got the general public, RV public, brainwashed. Oh, you got to buy gap insurance. You got to buy extended warranties. Guys, let me tell you something. The only warranty that's worth the flip is a factory warranty. If it's not a factory warranty, it's not worth the flip. The reason they have you brainwashed and thinking, and if you bought it right, like this one, why do you need gap insurance when you're buying it 14, 15 grand back a book? Why do you need gap insurance? Gap insurance is when you overpay. It covers the difference between your payoff and the book value. Well, you're already buying it this far under book. You're already ahead of the equity curve, or the negative equity curve. So why do you need gap insurance? But if you do need it, get it through your insurance company. It's a whole lot cheaper than a dealer, because the dealer marks it up 4 times dealer cost. Same way with, that's why they push these upsells, like gap insurance, extended warranties, with tire and wheel packages, roadside assistance, all that. You can buy all that on your own for a fraction of the cost after the sale, away from the dealership. Just Google search it. They got it marked up 4 times dealer cost. That's not the end of it. They add it to your loan. See, these banks allow the dealers to add a certain amount of money in upsells to the RV loan. And they're taking a warranty that costs them $800. They're charging you $6,000 for it, adding it to your loan where they've got the interest rate marked up 1.5%. And the more they get you to finance, the more profit they make on the financing with the marked up interest rate, and not to mention the fact that they just made, you know, $5,200 profit on the warranty. It's a good day for the salesperson and the finance manager on their commission. Let me tell you that. It's a bad day for whoever buys that RV, because they're going in. Let's just use the numbers on this one for an example. You go in, you buy a motorhome advertised for $49,900. Let's just say I did all that stuff. You call the bank the next day, you owe $70,000 on something advertised $49,900. What do? I mean, this thing's marked way under book, but not that far under book. But that happens to people every day. Be smart. best advice I can give to anybody wanting to buy an RV and they're going through a dealership's finance department is two things. Well, really three things. First, number one, say no to any and all upsells. Say no. Second thing, pay as much money down as you possibly can, because you will get it back when you sell it or trade it later on, because that's less you have to pay off. You will get it back, or the majority of it back, so it's not like you're wasting it. And three, keep your interest rate as low as possible. Check with your own bank or credit union to have a basis of comparison. Recently I went car shopping, and I know that car dealers do the same thing RV dealers do. So I went to my credit union, I got a pre-approval letter, I got a rate, terms, and I use that for basis of comparison. And you know what? The dealers try to do the same thing, the RV dealers. Oh, we can beat that, but when they pulled my credit, they started marking the rate up. So I just went to my credit union, got a check, brought it back, and bought it. They didn't like it because they missed out on thousands of dollars in profit, but I'm not going to, I work too hard for my money to give away more of it than I have to, if that makes sense. And you know, and that's what I love about working here, guys. We don't make money on financing. We don't have to. You know, we're old school dealer, old fashioned, probably one of the last few in the country that do business like this. We make our money on the front end, which is the difference between what we got in the unit and what we sell it for. That's our profit. We don't make it on anything else. And it makes it so much easier to work here. That's why everybody that's been here has been here for years, because we can actually sleep at night. People that buy one from us can come back in a couple of years and actually be able to trade it or sell it back to us without being upside down in it. Now, that, you know, you can ask anybody that's ever worked at Rip-Off World or any of the other dealerships, the worst thing they ever want to see is a customer come back in with a trade-in they bought from them a couple years before, because they're stuck in it, and then they have to face the customer and explain to them how bad they're upside down in their trade-in, knowing that they sold it to them 2 years ago. That's the worst thing they want to see, is a repeat customer at these big franchise dealers, because they know they're going to have to fess up to what they did. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I know it's a long video. I ran on sometimes, I'm sorry. $49.9 for this beautiful 12 Greyhawk 31DS. Smash me a thumbs up if you like the video. Feel free to comment and share on social media. Let me know what you think about it and in the comments, and call before coming to look. Make sure it's available. I can't stress that enough. 706-965-7929. We do prefer phone calls or in-person visits over anything else. You're certainly welcome to send an email, but right now, guys, we're just so busy. It's hard for us to, I only have so many salespeople, and they're working so many customers. They only have so many hours in the day to actually sit there and read and write emails and messages and all that. It's always best just to call the office during business hours, which is Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday, 9 to 5 Eastern. We are closed Sunday for the Lord's Day and Family Day for our employees. Call and talk to one of them. Even if we don't have what you're looking for, leave them your name and phone number, and they can, when it gets here, because we will eventually get it, because we sell 12 to 15 units a week, and we buy that many to keep our stock up. They can send you pictures of it, give you a chance to buy it before I post it online, because once I post it online, guys, thousands and thousands and thousands of RV shoppers see it. So, you know, I've got almost 34,000 YouTube subscribers on my channel alone, and that's not counting how many thousands of people see it on our website, RV Trader, RVT, and the other websites that we advertise on. So more than one interested party is looking at this motorhome as you watch this video, and all it takes is a credit card and a 5-minute phone call. It's off the market, just like that. So I do recommend you come down, inspect it for yourself, or you hire a third-party inspection service. We only guarantee those systems I talked about earlier for that $49.9 price, which is the slide-out sub generator, the roof air, the running and driving, the water system, water heater, water pump, plumbing leaks. Check that. We check that, and we also guarantee The steps and refrigerator, freezer, and everything else is sold as is. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's why you need to come down and look at it, or hire a unbiased third-party inspection service. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. We do take trade-ins. We have nationwide delivery available for $1.50 a loaded mile one way. That's all we charge, guys. We don't charge for the return trip. We lose money at that, but we still do it for $1.50 a mile. Thanks again for watching. Look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.